What's up, everybody? Thanks for watching today. Today's video, we are gonna just give a quick update on my taper, how things are going, and where I'm at with the dose. So as of today's video, we have 5 weeks left till this year is over and till I'm gonna stop taking el Suboxone. So as you guys see my last video, I was at the every other day of 1.5 milligrams, and then the next day I would take 1 milligrams. And I did that for a little over a week, I'd say. As of right now, today's my 4th day on just taking 1 milligram. So we're doing really good and not too big of a deal at all, to be honest with you. Feeling really good. I'm feeling optimistic. I'm feeling more clear-headed. Really the only, I'm kind of surprised I haven't had many withdrawal symptoms this whole taper. The only thing that I've really even noticed, other than my brain trying to trick me into thinking, you know, like the anxiety part of it, and like your brain trying to tell you to take more, that's always going to be there. You just got to get used to that. But really the only physical symptoms I've had is sometimes my heart will I can feel I think it's just my blood pressure raising, and my heart, you can feel my heart pounding harder than it should be. Like I'll just be relaxing and then it's just like boom, 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 like a little bit harder, a lot harder. It hits a lot harder and it beats maybe a little bit faster than normal. It's just something that I notice. You know, I'm very aware of how my body's feeling and all that stuff. So that only happens sometimes, and it usually doesn't stay for very long, maybe like an hour or so. If I feel that it gets really bad, if I get worried about it, I'll just test my blood pressure. And if it gets like way out of hand, then I could probably just go into the doctor and see what they say about it, or even just take a little bit more Suboxone if I needed to, and that should calm it down. So other than that, the only other thing I've noticed is my stomach gets a little upset later at night some days. And the best thing that I've found naturally, or over the counter, I guess, I don't know if you call it natural, but probably, I don't know, who knows. Anyways, Pepto-Bismol works best for my stomach. Just feel kind of gassy and bloated, and just don't feel very good at night sometimes. So if I have that and I need to go to the gym late at night, or whatever is going on, and I need to try to tame that a little bit, just take a little bit of Pepto-Bismol. But I've probably only taken that maybe twice in the last week, so I don't want to be relying on taking Pepto every day if possible. I'm sure once I jump off again, I'll need to use it for a week or two, but we'll see what happens. So yeah, other than the upset stomach, that's really it, guys. This has been, I think because I've been pretty dang consistent lately, it seems like it's a little bit easier for me to taper this time. Plus I know, I've been through it. I know that I can do it. I think that's probably the biggest part, is just knowing that I've done it before. So it's just like, I already know what to expect. Usually on the day that I like to jump down to the next lower dose, I'd like to kind of try to do that on Sundays, because I like to lay around and just be lazy and watch football a lot of the day. So if I don't have to get a lot of stuff done, then that's kind of usually the best day. So if you guys can somehow figure that into your schedule, like if you have a lazy day, or a day that you don't have to really be social, or a day you don't have to get a lot of stuff done, that might be a good day for you to kind of chop down to that next dose. So, but yeah, guys, doing really good on 1 milligram, and I'm feeling optimistic, as I mentioned. I'm feeling excited for the future, whatever that brings. I want to make a separate video asking you guys some questions about kratom, because I know anybody watching this knows what kratom is, and chances are you probably have tried it. But and I'm not here to bash kratom. I'll just make a different video about that another day. I've noticed, I'll just make say a little bit about it. So I've noticed a lot of people, when you watch Suboxone channel, people that took Suboxone and even if they were on painkillers or heroin or whatever they were on, and they used kratom to get off of it. They all say like that it saved their life, and I mean, I definitely am all about the damage control, but a lot of them think that they're just fully sober and fully normal, and I don't believe that. Living on taking kratom 4 times a day, to me, that's, I mean, if I had to choose, knowing like that I've taken kratom before, and choosing between taking kratom 4 times a day versus taking a little tiny piece of Suboxone once or twice a day, I would definitely take this Suboxone route. I mean, for me, the main thing that bugs me about Suboxone, and I'm sure not all of you are going to relate to this, but for me, the biggest pain in the butt with it is just like having to have everything be on a schedule. You know, every morning when I wake up, it's like I have to plan everything around my Suboxone, and when I eat, and waiting for the next dose later on in the day. It's just like I give Suboxone way too much time out of my day, and I would rather be able to just not have to think about it all day, you know? Think about if I'm going through any withdrawal side effects, or is my heart beating too hard. It's just like, I bet you there's probably a couple hours out of each day that just are wasted on stuff like that. So if I had to dose kratom 4 times a day, that's too much energy. You're giving it too much energy. You constantly have to, okay, every 4 hours. Like, to me, that seems like that's not the way to go, man. If I had to pick out of taking kratom or Suboxone, low dose Suboxone, I would take low dose Suboxone all day, every day, if I had to stay on one of the two forever. Plus, kratom tastes so gross. Oh, I think kratom's great for like an occasional use. Probably for a person that hasn't been addicted to opiates. But as far as somebody that has been addicted to opiates, I don't think it's a very good idea. But this is just I'm sure I'll get thumbs down for this. I always get 1 or 2 thumbs down on all my videos, so I'm sure I'll get more this time. That's okay. I'm not saying that I dislike kratom. I'm just saying I don't think it's a very good idea. So just gonna keep this video on the Suboxone Taper pretty much. So I just wanted to throw out there because I noticed a lot of people were saying that it saved their life, but yet here they are 4 years later and they're still taking kratom 4 times a day, and that doesn't sound like that saved. I mean, maybe it physically actually saved your life, but to act and pretty much it just, to me, it seems fake. You know, I don't believe that having to take, I consider kratom a sort of an opiate. I mean, don't you guys that have taken it? Sure, it's natural, but we really don't know what really could be in those capsules. You know, I just think it's not a good way to go long term. So that's just my advice on that. Not medical advice, none of this. That's just my outlook, whatever, however you want to say this crap. So from here, we've got 5 weeks left. Man, I ranted about that for a while, sorry. So we've got 5 weeks from today, and my plan from right here is to probably hang out at 1 milligram for another day or two. I'm dealing with 1 milligram pretty easily, to be honest with you. So I think I'm gonna be going down to do where I skip every other day. I'll go, by next week at the latest, I'll be doing 0.75, then 1 every other day, 0.75, then 1. That really works good for me doing it like that. That helps me ease down to the next dose. Especially when you get down to the lower doses, I feel like that can be emotionally a little bit harder than when you're coming from the higher doses. To each your own, whatever. But so next week I'll do that. We're just keeping an eye on the calendar, how many days we have, and we just know that by the end of this year, in 5 weeks, I need to have at least a week or two of just 0.5 milligrams and be stable on 0.5 milligrams so I can get off and not go too crazy. So that's where we're at, guys. Things are looking great. I hope you guys are all doing well with your tapers, and we will talk to you soon. Okay, bye.